Out the park, niggas know me. Curb on, little homie. All days, yeah. Been a road.
I got a special treat for y'all, man. Really don't need no introduction. We're gonna say his name just for the people at Mars that might don't be hip to him. I'm gonna let y'all get a view. You know, I don't wear a lot of stuff. It gotta be somebody that got some juice, man.
Thank you.
But man, I wanna give a shout out to my man Malik from Peep Clothes Company.
Thank you. Thank you, Lil.
Man, thanks for coming through, man. Thanks for coming through,
Man, it's an
man.
honor for real.
Yeah, man. We've
Honor
been
for real.
plotting on you for a while,
Hey, I've
man.
been manifesting this, man. I've been watching the show. I've been like, yeah, I'm gonna be on the couch one day.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, man. Man, right on the back, man. Give me a little about your childhood, where you grew up at.
So I grew up between Edgewood and over 34th off Minnesota. That's my mom stayed, but my whole father family from Northeast. My mom lived around Edgewood, so my mother would drop me off on the weekends, summer times, and I stay with my aunt. But then I got like my mother's mom, my grandmother, that whole side, like my uncles and stuff, they from Berry Farm.
Right.
So I remember like early ages being in the alley or playing in the fire hydrant on Stevenson Road.
Oh yeah.
And then probably like around 6 is when I started hanging around Edgewood, from like 6 to like 17.
Hey, so you got a chance to play multiple parts of the city at a young age, and
Yeah, for sure.
you see the culture and all that.
Yeah, for sure. Especially my whole family, like everybody being real close knit. Especially my father, you know what I'm saying? My father used to take me everywhere. So
yeah.
I seen a lot of things.
My man Melvin. Shout out Big Melvin, man. Shout out Big Melvin, man.
For sure.
Damn, man. So yeah, so that's why that was your affiliation with Beat House?
Yeah.
Okay. Cause I remember when I first remember you was
I remember seeing you when I was young.
Yeah, you was like this, man. I felt like I bring all y'all. I was sponsored the team.
Definitely did. Remember them jerseys? Yeah.
All days on the
jersey. Team. We had the jerseys. We came through, gave us the socks.
Yeah.
I remember we used to be fighting over them jumps. Like you don't want to leave your all day socks hanging around.
Right?
Yeah. We was wearing them joints every game.
Yeah, man. Damn, man, that was amazing, man. So what drew you to football? Just being around Big House? What drew you to that?
Yeah, being around Big House, but for real. I met my big brother when I was 5 years old. And the first time I seen him, I was with my father.
Okay.
He went up Coolidge, and he like, yeah, we going to a football game. At this time, I didn't even know kids could play football. My mom just had me like playing basketball.
Right.
Still 5 years old.
Right.
And as soon as we walk in the game, I don't know too much about football, but I seen dude number 88 catch the ball, took it like 70 yards.
Right. Yeah.
And my father was like, "That's your brother." I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to play football."
Oh yeah.
I didn't even meet my brother. I ain't even doubt my bet or nothing. And I was like, "Yeah, I gotta play football." So that next season came up, and I was like, "Yeah, I just committed myself to it." Early on, it was tough because I didn't know nothing about it.
Right.
You know, I was a little scared.
Right. Yeah.
And then at the same token, my brother was so good, and they like, man, they used to call him Michael Irvin. You Michael Irvin, brother, man. You supposed to, you know what I'm saying? So I had to like, really commit to it and develop rapidly.
But how was your mother about that? You trashed that football. You know, mother, they're no protective, man. How she feel about that?
My mother was all about the books, but at the same token, I feel like she always knew I needed that balance. You know?
Okay.
So even with like just school and stuff like that, before she dropped me off on Edgewood on Friday, I had to turn my book reports and everything to her, not even my teacher, because my mom was a teacher. And so with the football, she knew that it was going to be a lot of like discipline and responsibility I could learn. You know what I'm saying? She knew I had some great coaches. You know, Roddy was my first coach. And so she was all for it. She didn't let me quit. And I'm glad she didn't let me quit. You know?
Right, yeah. And he really was true to form. Shout out Roddy. He just mentioned his coach, man, childhood friend, running that Big House for 25 years. They just celebrated him.
Yeah.
Touched a lot of lives, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Yeah, man, but you stay. When first I you went to Virginia State.
Yeah.
My daughter went to Virginia State.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, daughter State. So she's always talking about. Malik went to school with us, and there's another dude. He had a fly line too. Was he in Virginia State?
No, he didn't go to Virginia State, but he from the area. Everybody know him.
Virginia State. He had a little eye too, though. I ain't saying right. Probably somewhere moving around. He had an eye too.
He on his thing still.
Right. Yeah. So, what made you get into eat, and what the name come from?
So really what made me get into eat was my freshman year. I remember like I ran out of money from like, working my summer job and everything. I was trying to go to Chick-fil-A. Everybody was about to go to Chick-fil-A. And I ain't had no bread. And I was like, man, from this day on, whatever I gotta do, I'm gonna make sure I eat good. You know what I'm saying? So I started branding myself with that. And then I was dating a girl. She had a camera. And I just started messing around with her camera. And next thing you know, I'm teaching myself how to take pictures. And the CIAA was booking me for like they spring tournaments to shoot all the sporting events, things like that. When like big AAU tournaments would come to Petersburg or whatever, I shoot those joints. They'd pay me straight up. And so I really fell in love with the camera, started branding, eat around that. And by the time I graduated, came home, I was like just shooting a bunch of concerts and things like that. To the point where my friends were like, man, we want to be able to support you, but we don't need no photo shoots and stuff. They like, make a t-shirt or something. For the longest, I'm like, man, I don't know how to do none of that, man. I ain't never make no t-shirt, but eventually I text my mother one day. I was like, Mom, this is my logo. I'm trying to put this on the shirt. How can I do it? And she just pointed me in the right direction. And I remember I started off with 40 shirts, and I got them on like a Thursday. By Sunday, they was all gone. I sold them joints for 40 a piece. And then during that time, I'm just doing gigs on the side, working 2 jobs. I made more in that weekend than I made, both of my jobs in a week. So I was like, man, this might be something. But at first, I was kind of iffy out because I was like, man, this could just be exclusive to, me and people that know me.
But
then everybody, probably like after 2 weeks of everybody, finally getting a chance to wear their shirt. I got it to 40 people. Probably 25 people was like, man, everybody asked about my shirt, where to get this joint and everything. I'm like, man, just tell them DM me. Power social media. People started DMing me, following me, you know what I'm saying? And it just got to the point where I'd be at my second job. My phone just blowing up.
And I always know you always said you had a good sense of style. Did you attribute to your father fly?
My mother fly too.
Your mother fly too? I don't see. I don't think I seen her once or twice just in passing. So it's just the bloodline come down and pass down.
I remember just always being impressed to look at pictures of my mother and my father. I used to look at my mother yearbook. She was best dressed. And everything. So I was like, it was kind of already,
it's in the blood.
It was always natural though. You know what I'm saying? I think, especially just being from the area and with those being my parents, it was just natural. Like I could just make something work with anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but was it hard too? Because I know me first getting the clothing line, when you start making your first wear, you looking at what you like. So was it hard to separate you from the audience?
For sure.
How was that?
It was definitely tough. And I had to go through those growing pains, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it was just like, all right, this is what they like, this is what they want. That's cool. Some things, cross over my style, they style as well. But for the most part, it's like, I had to learn, like, you gotta just cater to your audience.
And it's funny, I'm laughing as I'm telling you that because I got my personal friend Charlie and Tinker, right? And when I make a lot of shit, so I make shit, I be making some shit I like personally. But I bring in the store, they bypass the joint, right? Then 2 or 3 years later, they tell me, man, I ain't know you had this in here. I ain't know you had this right.
They catch on later.
They catch on later on. Right? I say, man, you ain't been had this. So
That's real.
So that made you think about when you say that, right? Man, what made you, because at one time the eat was the right one way. What made with the flip come? What was that about?
So it was like right side up on my very first shirts. It was right side up and it was on the belly. It was a big old embroidery. That joint was costing way too much. And one day, once I had transitioned to like the heat patches before I would start getting like full manufacturing, I had ordered some heat patches or whatever, and I had some shirts, and it was the wrong size because the heat patch was supposed to be probably like across the belly, but it was like some regular old patches, and I'm like, damn, I got 1,000 of these jumps. I'm like, I gotta make something happen with it. So I'm at the heat press with the shirt on the joint, and I was like, man, put the joint upside down. Like, and then with everything I did, it happened first, and then I had to just like make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like even with the colors, I had to make it make sense later on because I ain't make my logo. My man Michael Caldwell from around Edgewood made it for me.
Okay, shout out Mike.
So when I put it upside down, people was like, damn, why you got it upside down? With my photography, my brand, all together, it was all about, inspiring, motivating people. Stand for elevate all the time, you know what I'm saying?
Elevate all the time.
If you see this on the shirt, you know what I'm saying, it's upside down, it's a message to you. You ever having a bad day, because you probably gonna put your head down if you're having a bad day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Deep.
Even with like some of my new branding, you know what I'm saying? Times is hard for a lot of people sometimes. So like I even got it right here now. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like basically a reminder for me. You know what I'm saying? Pick your head up no matter what. Like chin up.
Right. So all your moves you will throw it out there every day you do it. But I'm gonna tell you was how when I knew, cause I was saying it, What I knew was gonna be that fire, because when you first, like you said, you in the beginning of the game, you learn it, and I'm saying you're doing the heat press joint. So I can tell you right to the day in 2025, I've been in 30-something years. The heat temperature can lunch out. You know what I'm saying? You think you got it right. You get the
Man, I
first
used to
50
be
right and say,
mad.
look, now I'm gonna tell you how I say this
I
shit
used
going too smooth. Cause I just see people when your joint was giving out, this is the beginning.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm
Right?
gonna be all right. That's what
Yeah,
my mother used to
and
tell
they
me
still was
too.
wearing it.
Yeah.
The mother was flopping on. I said, God damn, this shit, they got the
I
eye
was
that.
I was sweating bullets, man. I'm like, I
Yeah.
gotta figure something out, man. I
Yeah,
gotta really learn how to do this stuff, man.
Right,
'Cause
yeah.
I ain't like it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I ain't like it
yeah.
at first. I ain't gonna hold you, but
Yeah.
I was like, man, that was a blessing to make it through that patch,
Right.
man. Like, that was a blessing,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, because they resonated with the brand, man, for whatever reason, they resonated and they wore it, man. I seen a lot of, you had it in the beginning where you got to get it to everybody at one point, but at the beginning had a lot of females wearing your hats,
Yeah.
baseball hats. You know what I'm saying? The baseball caps. A lot of
Uh-huh.
females wearing them hats, man.
I was going around everywhere. Shout out to my man J Rock. Well, he saw how I was moving for probably like that first summer. I think it was like summer 2016.
Yeah.
And he saw me like just going all over the place. I'm going around the whole city, like filling the trunk up.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, there's trunk empty, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And he saw how I was moving. He like, man, we could just have you at one spot, just have a pop-up shop like that. And so we started having pop-up shops, and the pop-up shops was going crazy on 8th Street. And then that's when I just started meeting everybody. Everybody started coming through, like
Right.
people I never thought, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
come through that joint, was just
Right.
coming through that joint.
Right.
It was love.
Right. That's when I knew that he was gonna be a hit. When I seen him when it was peeling off. When did you knew he was gonna be a hit?
For real, like it still ain't even like all the way resonate with me. Like I feel like it's still like day one for real.
Yeah.
Like I'm just starting.
Right.
Because I don't feel like I came, close to my full potential. Because at first I wasn't really even thinking about, the clothes and things like that. I was just using it as more so like merch for my overall brand that just like elevate all the time. Cause I'm still doing photography and everything like that. But now that I got a real passion for it, I feel like I know people say this all the time, but like it's really just the beginning for me.
Right, yeah.
Anytime, still to this day, when I see somebody with my shirt on, it feel like, it feel like the celebrities, or it feel like the first time I seen it with somebody on. Like, it's just a blessing, because I never seen this for myself.
Right, yeah. Well, you say this, the world is yours and the sky's the limit. You know what I'm saying? But even like you say, and I'm pretty sure you got more mountains you're gonna climb, but even with the little mark you made, and I don't want to say little, I'm gonna say the mark you made, you part of history for DC, because they're recently, because it's a culture thing. Like you had a time period, like a time frame. You know what I'm saying? With like, because you was like real young. You know what I'm saying? You got in the game. You was a lot of older cats.
Right.
But they kind of had the city in a little chokehold. You know what I'm saying?
For
You
sure.
came and shook the
Man,
chi up, right?
you just telling me that like gave me chills.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
Like when I do reflect on things, I'm like, man, like you can't take none of that light.
Right,
A lot of people ain't did it, especially in our city.
Right. Did you is it any? 'Cause I know you traveled the world. You've been all over LA and that. And Wale went to Virginia State, right? Well, he was before you though. Before you, y'all got a good relationship,
For sure.
Yeah. So, do y'all ever think about coming some collaborations? I know y'all talking. Y'all be in the
Oh
lab,
yeah, we
man.
definitely was talking a whole lot. We had a lot of we got a lot of designs, you know what I'm saying? But it's all in due time for me. Like, I'm big on timing, so I don't ever really rush anything. But whenever it happens, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
You know what I'm saying? But the good thing I can say is we collaborated on, the things that I really care about, like the community. So like me and him collaborated to give Montgomery Village uniforms and hoodies and all that. So I was really proud about that.
Yeah, Montgomery Village. Hey, it's funny seeing that Montgomery Village, man. The story that we went up there one time. What team we was up there with? I don't know, was it Beyond? I went up there some team, and you get that stigma like, man, Mo County dudes, right? You say, well, we going to hit the head, right? We were on that joke, man. That motherfucker like Southeast, man, on that joke, little building. They was hit like a mother. Out there, they little dog pit bulls and all that, man.
And now everything even, because I'm coaching at Beacon House now too, man. Everything even, man.
Right,
Merle, I can bump it. DC, I can still bump it. It's even competition all around.
Yeah. And I'm gonna get to your coaching, man. I think that's real powerful, man. Actually, when I go hard and run, I actually see you interacting with your kids. Like you ain't just up there. You coaching, you teaching.
Yeah, I'm out there sweating.
Sweating, man, and taking the taking joy. I see you last time I was up there. I see you leaving, walking where the car where we was going there. I said, that Shorty really committed. You know what I'm saying? You been up there, man. So how that feel that you touching kid that you was once that same kid on the field? How that make you feel?
Man, it just give me a purpose, and I wish more dudes tapped into that because they probably think, oh, I gotta have this going on, you know what I'm saying, to affect a young in life. But you really just gotta start and just see and just go from there. But every day I tell them like they my why. You know what I'm saying? That's why every day I'm showing up. Every day they gonna expect the same intensity from me. I treat all of them the same. I come up any of their schools, you know what I'm saying? They mothers call me whenever they get in trouble and things like that because, you know, I had that village. You know, Rodney and Bink and all my coaches, they did that for me. So it's like, damn, who am I? You know, who am I? You know, I ain't better than them. I can do the same thing for the youngest. And it turned into just, you know, just doing something for them. But man, coaching do so much for me and my mental, you know, them 2 hours I'm out there, I ain't thinking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? The world is just on freeze. It's just all about helping these youngins get to reach their goals. You know what I'm saying? And not even just in football, but just in life. Like I won't know how good of a coach I am until, you know, they go to high school, graduate high school, go to college, graduate college, you know what I'm saying? Or get into their trades, get a job, and just become, you know, good men out here.
And you made a good point because like me doing mentoring for so many years, right? You don't, it's like I tell people, they was like, man, what you get? I say, man, it's a personal gratification to see the growth, right? But I say also, like a fireman or police comes, somebody call the police, or say a fireman, say, man, my cat in the tree, they get the ladder, get the cat and give it to you. You thank him, give him some cookies or whatever, right? He got instant gratification, right?
Yeah.
With us, you might don't even see your finished product.
Yeah.
And I could be out in restaurants eating or moving somewhere, getting my gas pump, and dude walking up to me, you don't remember me, Mr. Kurt? You don't remember me? Then his wife like, oh my God, I heard a nigga about you. And
that's all it's about.
She repeating stuff that you told, like, this knucklehead was really listening, right? So it's like, so you don't really see your finished product. So that I can resonate with you just said about that, man. But you said something earlier when you first went to Big House, you said, you know, just the natural ability transition from basketball to football. Obviously, the fear what we all have with that transition. When you see the young cat now that's look, you coaching a little league.
For sure.
When you peep in their eye, like I gotta push him a little bit, he might be a little uncomfortable, nervous.
For
you
sure.
identify that easily.
For sure. It's definitely easy to identify because that was me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know, me, I'm the type, you know, I'ma stay on them, but I'm gonna be the first one to pick them up too. So when my kids like that confidence level kick in, you know, almost instantly, you know what I'm saying? Definitely, if not instantly, that like halfway through the season at least, where, you know, a kid's not afraid of contact anymore, not afraid to, you know, just go out there and play, have fun, because I know what it's like, you know, have your heart beating out there, somebody running right at you, you gotta make that tackle. But I think they just resonate with me because they see like, all right, this dude not letting up, like he really passionate about this, and he investing in time in me, you know what I'm saying? So like they see that, they feel that, you know, kids, you know, kids feel that energy, so yeah.
And I hear a lot now how y'all was coached, y'all was pushed. The coaches can get real verbally aggressive with y'all. How's it different now? How far can you push a kid? How far verbally you can go? What's the difference?
It's way different now because like now you got like moms on the field and everything at every practice. Like before that, our mothers dropped us off, stayed out the gate. You know what I'm saying? And during those times, it was just like, all right, you know, help him become, you know, a man. You know what I'm saying? Now my biggest issues probably just come from moms not really understanding because, you know, how some, you know, boys are raised now. It's just like they their mother's babies. You know what I'm saying? And so. Most times, you know, I get the most mad is if I'm talking to them and they not giving me eye contact, you know, things like that. Things is going, you know, really help them out in life. That's when I really like stuff like that. So initially the moms be like, oh no, what you doing? Don't talk to him like that. But when I break it down to them, they like, all right, cool. But at the same token, it's like, all right, I'm not too good to feel like I can't work on my delivery either. Some kids could take that. Some kids want that. And then a lot of kids is just like they not used to it yet. But I try to tell them like football and sports is really that only area they could get that because if it's not happening at home and the teachers can't do it at school, it's like where they going to experience like real life, like that first taste of real life, and that's through sports, especially football. Like it's the game that translates straight to life.
Yeah, definitely. And years ago, I think you had a collaboration with New Balance with the tennis shoe or something.
For sure.
How'd that come about?
That came about with Shoe City. Shout out to Nikel Shoe City. I went out Baltimore one day, just messed with my man DJ Steve-O. He was going out there because he had something that he was about to do with Shoe City. And I'm in the meeting, and she walk in the meeting. She like, "How y'all get him here?" You know, this one still just selling things out the trunk and everything. She's like, "How y'all get in here?" They like, "Don't go nowhere. Like, lock the doors." She was dead serious. She came back with this. She came back with the New Balance V4 just before it came out. She was like, "You like this shoe?" I was like, "Yeah, they don't like that." Cause it ain't even come out yet. You know what I'm saying? And so she was like, "Yeah, you gonna make some of these?" I'm like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like she like, "Nah, you gonna make some of these. I'm gonna tell them, I'm gonna talk to New Balance. You the one. Like you need to make these." And so probably like 2 weeks later, New Balance came from Maine or Boston, and we had a meeting, and I walked in the meeting like, you know what I'm saying, like smiling ear to ear. I'm thinking I'm about to do all these crazy ideas. I'm about to bring the 2000s back, 'cause that was my favorite New Balance, the 2000 with the leather on it. You know what I'm saying? And so I walk in the meeting, and they like, "Yeah, you know," and Nikhil, you know, telling them who I am and everything, and they like, you know, cause you know they really wasn't messing with like no smaller brands that much for real, and everything like that up until that point. And then she was just like, "Just trust me, like, just trust me." So they like, "Oh, you got any ideas?" So I'm going through all my ideas, what I got, I want to do for this model, this model, this model. And they looking at me like, you know, pump your brakes,
Slow
man.
down, short.
Yeah, pump your brakes. You can do a little color scheme or something like that. I'm like, you know what? At first I was like, dang, but at the same time I was like, man, this history right here. I gotta do this for like my youngins, you know what I'm saying? Because I was having a boys eat program over at Ketchum Elementary, and it's right before I started coaching, but I was already like dealing with like the youth and everything. I was like, man, I gotta do this for my youngins. Even the little youngins around the way that be so pressed to dap me up when they see me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta do this. So we dropped that first jump, and it was more like a family and friends, 150 pair. They dropped them on a Saturday, and them joints sold out before the Jordans. And that's when they was like, and they sold them at Rhode Island, and the line was hectic. Like the whole release was a little bit hectic. And that's when New Balance was like, oh, all right, he might be on to something. And then they gave me a 1,500 pair. Then we did 2,500 pair for the last jumps.
Oh, so, man, that was big.
Cool.
That was big, man. That was big. That was big. That was crazy. That was crazy.
But I would say like the best part of that experience is just like seeing a video of the youngest around Edgewood, like just opening the box, like, yeah, these Malik shoes, like, you know what I'm saying? That was too cool. And then like I got a chance to go up to the factory in Maine, you know what I'm saying? And actually see the shoes get made and material and all that. That was crazy. Crazy.
And that was crazy. About the next question, what you said with the keys, I want to tell you, how do you feel when you walk somewhere, you go somewhere, you see somebody with eat on? How did it make you feel?
Man, it just really remind me of my purpose, make me feel like I'm somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it also remind me like, you know, you gotta keep going, like you can't never stop, you know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot of ups and downs, you know, it fluctuates with everything in life period, but I can't stop, you know what I'm saying? Because it's people out there watching me, they see me, and you know, when I got my chin up, when I'm doing good, when I could get them a positive message, that really helped them. You know what I'm saying? Because people do that for me.
Right. And I say, yeah, you just gotta keep on pushing, man. Because like you say, a lot of people don't understand, like, because just come up as in the hood, everybody got competitive this nature in them like that, right? But people don't understand. Like, even I was throwing party. I'm not even saying close to, but I'm just giving a party example that people ever propose to be hating on your party. Like, man, I hope somebody fight, or I hope they don't get that. But you don't know that if my party go good, it's gonna be open door for your party. You know what I'm saying? The hotel gonna come and give you the room because they ain't happy. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same with the clothing line. And that's why I kind of got back to the brick and mortar again, because I see people wearing the clothes. So I said, okay, they back filling the so that's why I can push for every line to get out there, because the more stuff out there, the more people will say, oh, I need to be wearing that. Everybody's supporting their own, right? So man, so I definitely.
And I'm glad you did that. And I just want to say before I forget, like, this is a real surreal, like, full circle moment for me. Because like I told you, like, me and my mother, when we moved over Minnesota Avenue, we was coming from uptown to Minnesota every day. So I used to see you every day on Benton Road, outside the store. I was like, Mom, can we go in the store? Can we go in the store? She's like, man, I don't even know where to park around here. Like, you know what I'm saying? My mother used to be a little scared. I was like, dang, man. Like, I used to see you every day. She's like, man, I want something from that store. You know what I'm saying?
You can't blame them, because a lot of people, even old dudes, they be running to you. I've been running for 25 years. Say, somebody's coming to the basement. Niggas ain't coming to the basement. Like, they had niggas off with a hot crowd and stuff. You know, one of those niggas ain't coming to the basement.
That was legendary though. Especially like to me as a kid. And so like I remember times like that. And so like now, like early on, I know how that kid felt, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah,
That kid would
yeah.
come tap me in a restaurant,
Right,
you
yeah.
know, want to take a picture and things like that because like when I used to see you out there, I used to be like, dang, you know, so
Right.
even when you used to come to the field, I used to be like that's him, you know, that's
Right,
the
yeah.
dude all
Right,
day, you know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
so this full
yeah.
circle for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, man. You definitely keep on pushing, man. I was gonna say something else. When I know you said that you opened the door from New Balance, which was an incredible relationship. What's some other relationship that you was able to meet from having eat whether it be people or business?
I would say the greatest relationships would just be kind of like the community leaders that I know, like
Mhm,
everybody
mhm,
that's doing the work every day. Those
mhm,
people that reached out to me, all the teachers I met, the
mhm,
schools,
mhm,
that's inviting me for like career day to put me in front of these
mhm,
children, you
mhm,
know what I'm saying? Like so I could give my message and inspire one of
mhm,
them. Like those are the people, but relationships wise, like everybody I collab with,
mhm,
you know, we ain't just do the clothes. We also made sure we did like an
mhm,
event or something for the kids or something like that. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying?
mhm, mhm.
Because really, like that's what the brand gonna be forever, no matter what. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
It's just people elevating and just reminding ourselves to pick each other up. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
So every collaboration been good. You know, and I'm looking forward, you know, even more collaborations. And
right, right.
but I would say with every, you know, with all my collaborations, it's been like
Mhm.
real genuine good brands.
Mhm. What is it? Any designers, international designers, or international corporations or national that you want to do collaboration with outside of this area?
Um, outside of this area, um, I would probably say I would see, but everybody I want to do like a collab with in the area, because I was gonna say like I want to do something with all the brands, all the like sportswear brands. You know,
Okay.
I feel like that'd be cool. But also like other black designers, so like Telfar, um, Nifa, but she like all these people from this area for real. But
Mm-hmm.
really, when I think of it, it's like everybody, you know, want to be able to do like the Nikes, even like Reebok with them
Mm-hmm.
coming back, you know, with
Mm-hmm.
Shaq and,
Mm-hmm.
with everything
Mm-hmm.
they got going on. Like I wouldn't mind being a part of that. Like,
Right. Right.
but just but whatever brand I do work with, they
Mm-hmm.
just got to understand, you know, my purpose and my
Right.
overall goal. So
Right.
the relationship can't stop at, you know, just making clothes and making money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. When you start first getting to your success, how was it with friends and family? 'Cause, you know, as far as like people feeling like you get to a level, what was that experience like?
Um, for me, it was like real smooth for real. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? My family was always really close knit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I remember like one day, you know, I kind of had like a emotional breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went to my mother's house like 2:30 in the morning, like
Mm-hmm.
just, you know, just real, just emotional kind of like, but
Mm-hmm.
passionate and just telling her like, you know, with our family situation at that time, I was like, you know, I'm gonna be something, I'm gonna do something, you know, with my
Right,
life, you know what I'm
right.
saying? I'm gonna make sure everybody good, you know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? Like,
mhm,
and a year later, I started the brand. And so
mhm.
I was like, I just want to take care of everybody, make sure everybody good.
Right.
I ain't never had a greedy family. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
They don't ask me
mhm,
for nothing. I just
mhm.
do. I just do what
Yeah.
I can whenever
Right,
I see something.
right,
And, you know, they more than grateful for that. And
right.
they promote me and wear all my stuff, you know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? So
mhm, mhm.
it was all about taking care of
Right,
the family. At
right.
first it still is, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't never had anybody in my family like, you know,
Mhm,
feeling entitled or
mhm.
none of that. You
That's
know, when I
big.
first started my website, the whole family was in the house packing up orders, you know. They ain't
Mhm,
want nothing.
mhm,
So I've
mhm,
been blessed, like
mhm.
from my family, villager.
That's big, and I don't know how big your fan, but I know when you was hot, everybody I met was your goddamn cousin.
Yeah,
Man.
nah,
My,
I
my,
did have a lot of cousins out
my,
the cut
my
though.
cousin, man,
I
my
had a
aunt,
lot.
man, that's my
I learned about a
nephew.
lot of cousins
Oh
too.
yeah, man, that's like, come on with this bullshit. They don't got that
Yeah,
many people, man.
outside was different, but the
Right, yeah,
family,
yeah, yeah.
the family was cool. Like yeah, the family definitely protected me, and you know what I'm saying. But I wish that I kind of had like kind of more of like a mentor when I first started. You know,
Mhm,
somebody that kind of did it before because
mhm,
I'm just kind of like just you know just learning as I go. You know what
mhm,
I'm saying.
mhm,
So
mhm, mhm.
the first time tax time came around, I was surprised. You know what I'm
Right,
saying.
yeah.
I was caught off guard. I
Mhm.
was like, damn, why ain't nobody tell me about this? You know
Right,
what I'm
yeah, right,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, I didn't know the value of a dollar for real. So I had
Mhm.
to learn all that. So
Right,
even with learning that and, you know, the money fluctuating, I had, you know, the family, I had to let them know, all right, now we gotta slow down. You know,
right,
certain
yeah,
things ain't about to be going a certain way.
right, yeah.
They was always cool with that. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? Or if I
mhm,
needed day support,
mhm,
I had that. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying?
mhm. Man, it's funny you said it because I be hearing like a lot of quote unquote new entrepreneurs in the generation or whatever, and that's just the age. I'm saying this time period, and they always be on these podcasts, just beating up businesses, black business. I was like, dog. In our time, we have a bunch of uncles and mothers in the house that had
Yeah,
businesses. Everybody was
yeah,
GED and high
right,
school. It wasn't
yeah,
even college. You probably
exactly.
don't, I don't know how yours was, but I know mine wasn't even college, right? So it's like, so now everybody asks what they be. You need to do this. Don't make that. This. So it's like I understand. I can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not knowing, and you just I'm just trying to get the money and build something.
Yeah,
All other stuff, I want to figure
right,
out as
yeah.
I
Worry
go.
about it as I go.
Right,
Right,
yeah,
yeah,
figure out as I go, right? But that's good that you ready, for that next turning point when
for sure.
you take this jump to the Mars where they waiting for you at, man.
Yeah, thank
Right,
you,
yeah, get
man.
that right. A couple of years ago was a community incident that you was involved with. I don't want to misspeak. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, so it's a cookout. Like I said, I kind of grew up on the 34th side of Minnesota too. My mother living on that side, and so it's a community event that go on every summer. Been going on since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? When I started the Eat brand, it was like, all right, we want to be able to promote you, and celebrate you too. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And with that, people already knew my brand and what it's about. So a lot of people felt comfortable coming, that wasn't from around it or never been around it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
And for years it was, just good events, like cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was all love, you know what I'm saying? Pandemic hit, you know what I'm saying? We had it in the pandemic and that's when it just all went bad, you know what I'm saying? People start shooting out there, individuals like, I don't know, of course,
Right.
because like I said, everybody know me, like, man,
Right.
that's furthest thing,
Right, yeah.
from Leak, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like,
yeah.
don't bring none of that around me.
Exactly.
And even like the people that I do know, like they respect me in that much, you know what I'm saying? To never bring nothing like that around me. And so it went left, and with me being a big name, you know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna point
Easy
to me.
target.
Yeah. And so I understood that. Like I'm not naive to what it means to wear this crown. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like I didn't take responsibility, but at the same token, it was people out there that was injured. I was reaching out to those victims. They reaching out to me, letting me know, like, we see what everybody's saying. We know it's not your fault. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So it wasn't really my place to like really respond or feel like I had to clear up rumors and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it was bigger issues at hand for me.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Did you feel like at that point the city pivot from you, or you feel like they still gave you support, or how you feel? Did you think it hurt the brand to a certain extent? What you feel about the incident?
I feel like it was a moment I knew was gonna always come, but I didn't know it was gonna come like that because me growing up in DC, knowing the climate,
Right,
like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it ain't all love, like,
right,
and the city get kind of trendy anyway. So
right,
I always knew, like, I would have that in the back of my
right.
mind, late night, just standing up, staring at the ceiling, like, it's gonna come a turning point one day. You're gonna see who really with you,
Right, right,
But I
right,
didn't think it was gonna come in that, in that
right,
fashion. But that's when I definitely learned, like, who was
right,
really for me,
right.
who was really with me, and a lot of people stayed supporting the brand and stayed supporting me. So I'm grateful for that.
Right. Every time I see you, always been a gentleman, been respectful. You know what I'm saying? I just always say, this created my daughter. I had a little insider with the daughter. Of course,
Yeah,
Rodney, then me and Melvin talk. So I guess I had more intel than the average joker, probably. That you
sure,
what to
for sure,
call.
for sure.
So when that time went on, a lot of people was mumbling, man. That was good for when he caught, he could see it or whatever it is. Why do you think that people put that perception or that tag on you like that?
Cause they never met me.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just attribute it to like my confidence for real, for real. But like I said, those people really never met me because when
Right.
you see me, when you able to kind of get a glimpse of like my aura when you're around me, like I ain't never the loudest dude. I'm smiling, saying what's up to everybody, you know what I'm saying, like that. But you know, I really don't know where it come from. But I really doubt those people ever had a chance to meet me or
Exactly.
shake my hand
Right.
or see me at one of my pop-up shops working or see me on the field coaching or anything like that.
Right, yeah. Cause I had a lot of conversations at that time, and I was like, man, I know the coach, I know the father. We share some of the same manufacturer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's another story that might be for them. But even when he first manufactured, what's the name? He was like, Malik. I said, yeah, just all I know is a good. I'm calling you kid. He wasn't a kid.
Yeah,
Obviously
for
a man.
sure.
But it was I was saying, man, good kids. That what's the name? So and that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, so you went past that moment, man, and you push it on, But I see I was peeping on your page, man. You like that music. You like you mess with the DJ and all that too?
Yeah, I fell in love with the music. I mean, I always been in love with music. I think that's just like shout out to my father, because I remember just going over my father's house and he had like literally like 100 towers of them CD towers.
Right.
Endless music, you know, always listening to music. So I really got into music for real. And I started the DJing because when I first started eat, I'd be in the club, but I'd be like, man, I ain't really trying to hit this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's kind of like poor etiquette to keep making requests with the DJ or whatever like that. So I was like, man, I might just learn how to DJ.
Right, yeah.
So shout out to my man Boogie, DJ Boogie. He put me in the game. He was like, yeah, you need to get this, do this. And he started teaching me at my pop-up shops. Like we'd get both get there real early. And he started teaching me. And then one day I'm just messing around. He got like a pre-recorded joint already playing. I'm just messing around like I'm scratching. I post that video. People like, you DJ now?
Right.
I was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I was like, I really gotta learn this joint now.
Right.
And so at first I was just getting like, I get booked off the strength, like, everybody had to eat dude in the club.
Yeah,
like,
party,
still gonna bring people out. You know what I'm saying? So I used to be messing up a little bit at first, but after a while, they was like, nah, he really all right. You know what I'm saying? So I really like, I love doing that. I love being able to control the crowd, all that, man. Like, that's my thing right there. Like, that's like playing a video game for me or something.
All right. And like I said, you spoke earlier about your fashion sense. I know you're in the fashion. So who the flies athlete dude out there, musician? Give me 2, 3 fly
man,
athletes.
You already know I gotta say home team, man. Diggs, you know.
Yeah.
I like some of the pieces he be putting together. You know what I'm saying? And as far as music wise, I gotta stay home team. Like Wale, like to this day, like my man, he be putting out all the different shoes and doing it different.
Right.
And it's like, man, I respect that because whatever he represent, you know what I'm saying, it drove back to us and it kind of get, you know, remind people like, man, shit, it's plenty of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the whole, you know, area. You know what I'm saying? People just gotta come see it.
Wale was going so hard with the hair, changing the hair, matching all certain stuff and all that, man.
But he definitely do it different because you know, and I feel like those two dudes, and when you think about other people that's doing it in their lane, like they stand out. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that because that's what we are. That's what DC is. We stand out.
Right. Yeah. What made us you actually still interact with the youngers every day with your you know, the coaching and obviously with your line. What is something that you can teach us older guys to better communicate with the youngers? It's something that we might ain't getting on seeing.
Man, for real, I think with the older guys, like a lot of them get it. Like the ones that's involved, they get it. You know what I'm saying? But with the older guys that be having 2 cents, like when a lot of times when it be sounding funny, I'm like, you just not in the field. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you get in the field, you wouldn't even be saying that. You know what I'm saying? You would have a little bit of respect. You know, a little bit more respect or understanding, for lack of a better word. Understanding with the youngers and be able to connect to them. So like all the OGs I come and connect with, you know what I'm saying? They get it, but for real, it just be like people online, you know, with certain things to say, and they only got something to say when these youngers make a headline or something like that, but they not getting involved. They not even involved with their nephews or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, ain't nobody trying to hear that, man.
Right, yeah.
So I cancel them out. I just focus on like the love, the people who get it, because there's plenty of people who do.
Right, yeah. And I actually it was a loaded question because I'm familiar with that answer. That's how I really feel that way, even though I'm an older cat, but I wanted your perspective without
y'all get it, man. We love when y'all talk, man.
And like I said, and you run to guys, they be like, man, you can't flow with them youngers. Them youngers don't care about nothing. But when you really go inside their house, like when you open their refrigerator, like back in the day, we say, man, mom, we call mom, we hungry. She be like, you better go make a grilled cheese. You better go make bologna. Like it was something to go do. Like you open the refrigerator and that, it was like absolutely nothing in there.
I don't know if they can be able to cut the lights on.
Nothing in there. You know what I'm saying? So I say, man, so I ain't condoning no rob, I ain't condoning no car.
For sure.
Condone none of that. You know what I'm saying? But they lifestyle pushes some of them to do some things they probably wouldn't normally do as a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. But
so
one thing I would say with the OA is like just keep talking, man. Because we absorb all of it. Sometimes it might seem like, man, it ain't going nowhere, but it might be that one thing you say click forever. Like there's so many things that Rodney or my coach Big told me, like, just click to this day, stuff that I'm repeating to my youngest, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
It's hard, but it's fed.
Right,
Rodney used
yeah.
to tell me that when I was 7 years old. I'm still telling my kids that, man, look, it's hard, but it's fed. Once you get to that other side, once you hold up that trophy, you're gonna see like I wouldn't trade none of it.
Right.
Like all of it was necessary.
Right.
So just keep talking, man. Like, cause I love when the OAs talk to me. I learn and I pass that to them. So that bridge, man, just like, you know, we all gotta be bridges for the next generation.
Right, exactly. What's the Malik next 5-year plan?
My next 5-year plan for myself would just be, you know, Lord willing, start a family. But you know, for the brand, it's just like keep pushing, get the brick and mortar. But at the same time, like through my journey, I didn't tap so much into my faith. It's like I feel like it's kind of foolish for me to try to say I'm gonna do anything, because I kind of, when I pray at night, I just ask God to use me, you know what I'm saying, and guide me, because that's how I got on this path, you know what I'm saying. I was working 2 jobs, I didn't know what to do for real. Like, I wanted to be a full-time photographer. I was praying for that. Next thing you know, I'm quitting my jobs, taking care of my family on clothes. Like, you know, and that was just from me just asking God every night, just use me, like, cause I'm tired. Like, I knew I wasn't living in my purpose at that time. So it's like, the best is really yet to come. And just knowing my relationship with God, it's like, man, it's kind of foolish to try to plan something, because next thing you know, like, it'd be something way bigger. At first, I just wanted to, you know, sell 100 sweatsuits.
Right, yeah.
And the next thing you know, New Balance want to make a shoe with me, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, whatever I can imagine, it's probably something way bigger than that.
Right, yeah. You say spoke of your faith, right? Ask what your faith was, religion you practice, or you just believe in God?
I believe in God, yeah.
Okay,
I believe in
okay.
God. I grew up with my grandmother, my mother a Christian, going to church and everything like that. But you know, I'm more you know, spiritual than you know, religious.
Right, yeah, me too. This part of the show where I asked the guest, would you like to ask the host 2 or 3 questions, or you gonna have no questions?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
All right, so man, so like I said, this is a surreal moment for me. How did you get your manufacturing done back then? Like, what was that process back then? Cause like, even when I first started, I felt like, man, I just got lucky.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But and now it's like the door wide open for people to connect with people in China and all these countries. So like, early on when you first started, how was that even getting done?
Right. Well, I was fortunate enough, the people that we say we had in common, right? That when I was designing my logo, covering my logo and my name, that he was working out a print shop, and the guy in the print shop that helped my logo had a relationship with the manufacturer I eventually met. You know what I'm saying?
Where was he at?
India.
Oh, I bet. Damn, that's like that.
Yeah, India, right? So so it's basically came in my lap. I was just silk screening shirts
Yeah.
with logos on them and pushing them crazy. And I actually met the guy, and then next thing you know, and I don't want to start a fight with none of y'all clothing line out there, right? 'Cause you know I love all y'all. But at that point, at that time, I was knocking on all the doors, all the popular doors, because back then we sweatsuits had the bands that remember the name, like All Days We Are One bands or whatever. So I didn't know where to get the bands at. So I was knocking on everybody's door, man, I'm trying to get the band. Where the band? So
I remember that.
they were spinning like a top, right? They were spinning me, right? So God have it. He walked me right to, you know, that situation I did, and you know I was able to get. So when I start coming in the game now, I'm coming in with it fully wrapped with the with the hand tag and everything. What he done did, you know what I'm saying? So I got blessed. It was a blessing from God, man. So it fell in my lap. I ain't, you know, it was just, you know, like you said, spiritual movement.
And then my second question would be me just always following your story, you know what I'm saying? Like looking you up all the time on YouTube and everything. Like, what's your why? Because you resilient, man.
Right,
like,
yeah.
Through all your stages,
Right.
you just keep going, and it's like, I know that's not easy, because
Well, yeah.
I do it sometimes too. It's like, what's your why?
That's a good question. Man, just when I was small, young, they always bet against me. You know what I'm saying? I was a point guard, overweight, running back, overweight. You know what I'm saying? Even being fast gambling with the older dude, they used to be like, "You a big dude, you don't have to pay for what." You know what I'm saying? So I always found motivation to prove everything wrong, right? So that was one thing, and I always knew that even to the day that God got a plan for me, cause one of my rest in peace, one of my childhood friends named Depp, he's always say, man, you just got mass appeal. You know what I'm saying? So I knew I had mass appeal even since I was a young kid.
Right.
So I just always say, man, I'm gonna just keep on going, and man, that's so it's like, and I ain't afraid. I've always been a leader in my mind and in real life, so I ain't afraid what to do. Opinion is, you know what I'm saying? So even when I did the DVD and stuff like that, people like, man, you from the streets, you don't supposed to talk about nothing. I did that. Then they start shooting them out. You know what I'm saying? The people that say you don't supposed to talk about nothing. You know what I'm saying? And them throwing parties. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I don't. Then I'm sitting right here. Dude say, man, you don't supposed to be talking. We don't do it in front of the cameras. You know what I'm saying? So I never really cared what a dude thought because I know God had a bigger plan for me. I know I got mass appeal. So I said I'm just gonna keep pushing out there and got guys like yourself that you just said. You know, hope it inspire them, you know, to be the next
Definitely
race.
did.
Right, yeah,
Definitely
definitely,
did, man. We seen you. We seen you.
Definitely.
My third question kind of piggyback off that. This just like me, because you already did everything I done. And you know, with you being an older dude, like how do you train yourself mentally? Like what's your mental training to keep yourself balanced or strong?
I do a lot of prayer to God, man, all the time, like multiple times a day, even when I'm just in the car. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, one of my Achilles heels is I do a lot of procrastinating. You know what I'm saying? I don't, and then I'm a dude that I got some of my brain don't ever stop. So I might have 10 things on the table I'm gonna do, and I don't even get to them. By the time I get to them, somebody they ran 4 or 5 and getting money with it. You know what I'm saying? So I got some killing heels with that, but I still feel like I just ask God just keep giving me the strength, keep me healthy, keep my mind flowing, and just keep going. So I just keep going because I really feel like that. I never had a job in my life, so I don't got no 401k.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't Murray Burns giving no job. I never had a sub job. I'm not saying it to be braggadocious. I just always had the mentality I got to make something happen. We called it live off the land back in the day, right? So it's like I don't have no other choice. You know what I'm saying? But I love it though. You know what I'm saying? I love when I run into young guys like yourself and even older guys that say, man, you the reason this, you the reason this. So that's my motivation. That you know, that's kind of like my awards. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah,
You just
definitely.
reminded me like I'm gonna be all right, man.
Oh yeah, nah,
Like everything you said, like 85%, I'm like, damn, that's me too. Like, I mean, same way. So it's like, all right.
Yeah, the people see your work. You know what I'm saying? Like the parents see your work, the kids see your work, I see your work. You ain't gonna you like me in this. They ain't gonna call you for these wars. All these wars coming up, they ain't gonna call you for that. So that ain't no thing. That's for whoever they want to give it to. But the people, you the people's choice.
People's
You
choice,
the people's chat.
That's why
You know
I
what I'm saying?
that's why I be telling my people, they be like, man, why such and such, why you ain't in this room? Why you ain't? I'm like, bro, when I go outside for an hour, 5 people come up to me and tell me how much I mean to them.
Inspiration
You know what I'm
to
saying?
them,
Like that's all right.
Man, that's God just telling you, man, reassuring you that, man, just keep on pushing, keep on pushing, man. So is there anything that I didn't ask you that you like to speak on or something that you like to say on your own before we close out?
Only thing I like to say is, you know, like just point back to youth and community, like everybody get involved, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can make an impact, especially with these kids, especially if you got, you know, something to say, you know, when they making these headlines. Just, you know, support your local football, basketball team, rec center, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because that's really our future and I'm a product of that, you know? All these different brands and different people, you know what I'm saying, looked out for me and my friends, and a couple of us doing all right and doing the same thing and just recycling that. And that's what's really gonna make DC a better place. That's what really put us on the map when we just start being more unified. But that ain't no secret.
My man. So you heard it from him, man. Every time we end the show, I like to speak on the jewel I might experience from the interview. Before I speak on the jewel, first of all, two dudes, he said, Diggs, what's my man? Diggs and
Wale.
Diggs and Wale, man, y'all gotta give him
Yeah,
this
got
couch.
couch.
Y'all
Yeah,
give him
the
the couch.
couch.
Wale, I've been banging it. You the theme song. Look, Kirk Bones, been a roll. You got your song, man. So you gotta give him that couch and Diggs. You definitely got that couch, man. We ain't gotta talk about all the other your love life. We gonna talk about, you know, the culture, right?
Yeah.
But on the real note though, man, if you ain't taking nothing from the interview, a young guy, you know what I'm saying, that came up in the DC area, uh, he didn't have an initial dream or idea. He was just moving, trying to figure it out. And man, you see when he going there, to his brand, and took him all over the country, hit him at all type of celebrities. He done been in the room with, he done sat in with New Balance, you know what I'm saying? These big Fortune 500 companies. So don't think you can't never dream too big, and don't never forget to keep giving up, man. Just keep on pushing, man. And just look at a guy like Malik, man, to take his story and take it to the 10th power. Like we started off, and he supposed to be bigger than us. And when y'all started, y'all supposed to be bigger than him.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to go. That's how it's supposed to move, man. But I'm happy, man. I got a chance to get you on
Man,
the couch,
thank you.
man.
I appreciate you for this, man.
Oh yeah,
Got this
yeah,
good all
yeah,
day
yeah,
drip,
man. All day. See, the
Appreciate
man, a
y'all.
businessman, man. See,
Yes,
he
sir.
already, he said, man, you got this shirt, and you supposed to give it to me. So I'm gonna make sure you forget
I got you.
And he picked the brand
Yes,
up for
sir.
me, man.
It's only right, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. So
And just so I give you your flowers one more time, man.
Mhm.
One of my slogans is "Yesterday was yesterday,"
Right.
and you a testament to that.
Right,
Now I
yes.
tell my youngest man, "Yesterday was yesterday."
Right.
Man, we had a good practice yesterday. All right, cool. We got to build on that. If it was a bad practice yesterday, all right, forget it then.
That's right.
We got a brand new 24. So appreciate you again, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep inspiring,
How can they
motivating
find
us.
you? Where can they find you?
Oh,
Put your
yeah,
camera over here. Put your-
Find me at Allhomage. Same thing, allhomage.com on all platforms. Yeah, look out for me. Support my youngest, man. Big House Falcons.
And make sure y'all subscribe to Kirkbone TV. Like, subscribe, and share. Tell a friend, tell that friend, and tell a friend. And we're looking forward to seeing you in the next interview. Peace.
Sir.
Out the park, niggas know me. Curb on, little homie. All days, yeah. Been a road, been a road.